Middle-earth: Shadow of War is the sequel to one of my favourite games of 2014. This series mixes the fun parkour and stealth of Assassin's Creed with the fluid combat system from the Batman Arkham games and sets them in the Lord of the Rings universe. The original stood apart for its brilliant nemesis system in which you can build an army of Uruk and pit them against each other. Each captain has a randomly generated set of skills and weaknesses as well as a unique personality.
This leather! Ooh, shiny. I can smell the sun!
The best part came when one managed to kill you or form a grudge, for which you would be continuously hunted down by your very own nemesis until you managed to triumph over this potentially superpowered enemy. My biggest problem with Shadow of War is while it technically has this system, I'm yet to see the game truly make use of it. I can go through and take over as many captains as I like to build my army, and that seems to be the end of it.
My overlord wishes to inform you that he will soon end your life in the most brutal, painful way possible. That is all.
Rarely do I die, and on the odd occasion when a lucky shot takes me down or I am overwhelmed by hordes of enemies, I'm yet to form a true nemesis. Deaths that are contained within story missions simply render a "you failed, try again" screen, and thus don't generate a rival from the successful Uruk. The one time I have been killed by an enemy who leveled up due to his victory, I accidentally defeated him several minutes later. There was no grand rivalry or battle to be had. This may not have been such a mar against his name if it wasn't something I was so looking forward to in this sequel.
Just doing my job, boss.
Combat and traversal are still both quite fun, and there's almost an addictive feedback loop to taking over captains for your army. I can settle into a sort of cathartic and relaxing rhythm while I take over an area. Then using underlings to lay siege to a fortress is immensely hectic and satisfying, and I can move to the next area, settle in, and do it all again. But I won't have a nemesis, and without that random encounter and story generation, there's a loneliness to the repetition which falls quickly into boredom. Shadow of War is quite good for quite a few hours, and then suddenly I felt shaken out of the trance and I was done, even though the game was not. While I wouldn't say Shadow of War is a bad game by any means, it's not the game I was looking for. The longevity just dies down too quickly, and there aren't enough improvements on the previous title to really make it feel like something special.
Enough talk! Let's get on with it!
And that's why in my full review on critdamage.tv, I've given Shadow of War 3.5 out of 5. For more reviews and videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel, or check us out at critdamage.tv, or join our Facebook group. And I'll see you next time for Critical Damage.